Okay, the much anticipated family film If comes out this weekend. It's about a young girl, B, who discovers that Kristen has seen it. Who discovers can see every person's imaginary friend or ifs as she sets out to reunite them with their now grown-ups.
Yeah, it was such a great movie. So sweet, so emotional and heartfelt. I recently spoke with John Krasinski, who wrote and directed the film, and its star Kaylee Fleming about what it's like to recreate the hope and magic of our childhood.
I can help you.
How?
Because I'm a kid.
You are the chosen one. No. Let's not give her a complex.
Good luck, short stack. It's all up to you. No pressure. Hook and dagger! Hope this works.
All right, let's find these ifs some kids.
Chief!
What kind of a kid creates an invisible if?
First off, I cried a lot, so thanks for that.
You're welcome. Thank you. That's the nicest compliment. Thank you.
Oh my God, it was the sweetest movie. And it really kind of, I think, brought all of us as adults back to those imaginary friends we might have had, or those dolls that we talked to. How did this idea come to be for you?
100% was my kids. I've always wanted to do a movie for my kids, and I wasn't quite sure what to do, but I remember spending hours and hours standing at a threshold of a doorway watching them go into this magical place that we're not invited into as parents, you know? So whether it was a dance party or a tea party or just doing voices with each other, they were so joyful and they were so authentic. They were so fearless. They were definitely someplace else. And then actually when the pandemic hit, I realized that their light started to dwindle a little bit. And I realized that they were imagining a lot less, and they were starting to let fear in like we all do. And they were asking big questions. And one of the questions was, are we gonna be okay? And I said, that's it. I have to write this right now about exactly this, that, you know, everyone has bad days for sure, but there will always be that world that you created with all those hopes and dreams and ambitions, and you can always go back to it and you can always draw from it. And then once I realized that that was the movie I wanted to write, it was just off to the races.
Can you speak to Kaylee's performance? I mean, just the most impressive young lady.
1000%. I think at the end of the day, you know, no pressure, but this whole movie works because of her. I think that, you know, when you come up with an idea like this, it's very ambitious and it can go wrong 150 different ways. But the number one way it can go wrong is if you don't find someone who can hold that story together. Kaylee gave a performance undoubtedly that's incredible, but it's much more than that, because the only thing that she's better at than being an actress is being a human. She's the sweetest person, and I think that comes off the screen. And so for people watching it, for kids, she becomes that kid that you want to be because she's with all the ifs. But for adults, she becomes that invite back into your childhood, that this girl's going through the same conversation that you and I have been going through for however many years. Like, do we really have to give up on being a kid? And she answers the question in the movie that no, you don't. Man, I couldn't have dreamt up a better person to work with.
Does this make us partners?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, shall we? Keith!
What was this whole thing like, working with John and just the whole experience?
Well, I kind of feel like I'm dreaming. I felt like that from the beginning, and I still feel like that to this day. I think I just got very lucky, and I'm just so thankful that they picked me. I mean, I think about that all the time, is that they could have picked anybody, but I just so happened to get chosen for this film, and I still cannot believe it. I think shooting this movie was one of the best experiences I'll ever have in my entire life. So I think I found diamonds.
Question, why did these kids forget about us in the first place?
Last week, I just started falling apart. Oh.
You're sucking the oxygen out of the room.
Honestly, Doc, if this is how it's going to be, I'm just going to wheel myself back and plug in.
Did you have an if? Did you have like that escape for yourself?
No, I never had an if. When I was little, I had a few baby dolls, but I have always collected stuffed animals, which just made me think of that. I haven't thought of that. But I used to have so many, and I'm the kind of person, I still am to this day, like if I had a stuffed animal in my bed, I would like feel bad for them and make sure to like tuck them in, just because I just felt for them, you know. I didn't want them to be cold or like things like that. So, but as far as an if goes, I think I got to be creative and use my imagination through acting. You know, playing different characters has allowed me to just keep my brain flowing, and I think that's a very special thing about what I do.
This looks so sweet.
I know, you're going to love it.
So good.
You're going to love it. Adults, kids, boys, girls alike. It really is great. You may recognize some of those voices for the IFs. You have Steve Carell, who plays the purple guy, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, Jon Stewart. Everyone is a star. And I asked Krasinski if he was nervous about asking them. And he's like, they all just said yes right away. He just picked up the phone. He was so humbled.
I mean, come on. You want to work for him,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, it looks fantastic. For all of us who need to see it still, it is out in theaters this Friday.